Hello, my dear kids. Welcome you all to today's topic, that is clauses. I hope you remember what exactly we talked about phrases and what it is exactly the phrase with examples. And today we'll be talking about clauses. So, first of all, let me remind you a bit what exactly this phrases. As we have already seen, in a phrase, it doesn't have a subject and a predicate, right? But here we will see that what is the difference in these clauses. Okay, so you can see in the screen a clause is a subject plus a verb combination. That means in a group of sentence you will find here in a sentence you will be able to find a subject, a verb, a predicate, which in total we can say a complete thought, or we can see here a subject, a verb, and a predicate combination. That particular sentence is called a complete clause. You can see the example here, I eat bananas. So here I is the subject, eat is the verb, and eat bananas is what? Predicate. So in this way, we can come to know that a particular sentence which have a subject, a verb, and a predicate, and it's complete in thought is called as clause. You can see the next example. Sharon speaks loudly, where Sharon is the subject, speaks is the verb, and loudly is the predicate. So it's again a complete thought. So you can write in your copy that what exactly a clause is. You can see here another definition. A clause is comprised of a group of words which includes a subject and a finite verb. A clause contains only one subject and one verb. The subject of a clause can be mentioned or hidden, but the verb must be apparent and distinguishable. So, in a particular sentence, as I have already told you, that a group of words makes a complete sense. And in that particular sentence, there would be a subject, a predicate, and a what? Verb, which have a complete thought is called as a clause. Here you can see another example or another definition of clause, that is a group of words containing a subject, a predicate, and functioning as a member of complex or compound sentence. My dear student, what is this compound sentence? Before telling about compound sentence, just remind back. Think about a compound word. What is a compound word? Compound word means two word which forms a single meaning, like break and fast. Break, fast. Sun and light. Sun, light. Similarly, we also have a compound sentence. That means it will be having two sentence and there will be two clause. Now let us see some example and will be more clear in this concept that what exactly this two clause is. You can see here in the first example, I graduated last year. So here we can find one subject, predicate, and a verb. So it's only one clause sentence. Whereas in the second example, it is when I came here, I saw him. I repeat, when I came here, when I came here. Here we have again a verb, a subject, and a predicate, and there is a comma, and again there is one more sentence, that is I saw him. So again there is a subject and a predicate and a verb. So this is two different sentences separated with a comma. So this is a complete thought where these are two sentences which is having two clause sentence. Now let us talk about the last example. When I came here, comma, I saw him, comma, and he greeted me. Don't you think, my dear student, there is three different clause here? When I came here, I saw him and he greeted me. I hope this topic is clear to you all. Now let us see what are the types of clauses. As I have already told you that in every part of speech in grammar, we first read the definition of that part of speech and then we go details by reading its types. Similarly, here in clause also there are types. So here also we'll see two type of clause. The first one is independent clause and the second one is dependent clause. Now we will read that what exactly this independent clause is and what is the difference in this dependent clause. So I hope you are clear in this concept as well. Now let us see what is this independent clause. An independent clause function on its own to make a meaningful sentence. My dear student, don't you think the word itself says its meaning? Independent. That means it doesn't depend on any other word or any other sentence. It is independent clause and it has its own to make a meaningful sentence and looks much like a regular sentence. In a sentence, two independent clauses can be connected by the so in a sentence, two independent clauses can be connected by the coordinators. That means we already read two clauses can be there in a particular sentence. Similarly, two independent clauses can be connected by the coordinators. Now again, a thought will be there in your mind that what is this coordinators? Coordinators means when we connect two different sentences adding and or using and, but, so, or, nor, for, yet is called coordinators. Now let us see some example and will be more clear. Now you can see here, he is a wise man. I like him. Can you do it? So this three example is the example of independent clause. It doesn't need any other clauses to make a meaningful sentence. Now let us see some more examples. Now, I want to buy a phone, but I don't have enough money. My dear student, as I told you, in a particular sentence, there can be two, there can be one, there can be three clauses. And it is connected with what? A coordinator, that is but, right? Now, and both the sentence, that is, I want to buy a phone, I don't have enough money, is two independent clause, but it is connected with a coordinator, but. Now, next example is, he went to London and visited the Lords. Again, two clause with connected with and. Now, let us see what is dependent clause. We already talk about independent clause, whereas dependent clause means it cannot function on its own. Definitely, because the word itself says the meaning that it is dependent on others. So that is the reason it cannot function by its own. It leaves an idea or thought unfinished. That means it won't be a complete sentence. It is also called subordinate clause. So the other name of dependent clause is subordinate clause. Dependent clauses help the independent clauses complete the sentence. So dependent clause help the independent clause in order to complete the sentence, and a dependent clause alone cannot form a complete sentence. Now, as we know, this dependent clause is also known as subordinate clause. Then what is this subordinate clause means? It do the work of connecting the dependent clause to the another clause to complete the sentence. So here this subordinate means it connects the dependent clause with another clause to complete a sentence or to make a sentence complete. In each of the dependent clause, the first word is a subordinator, and subordinators include relative pronouns, subordinating conjunction, and noun clause markers. So I hope this concept is as well clear to you that dependent clause other name is subordinate clause. So don't get confused, my dear student. Now let us see some more examples. When I was dating Dinah, I had an accident. So when I was dating Dinah is a subordinate clause. Now I know the man who stole the watch. Though it's a complete meaningful sentence, but it is added to the other clause, and here we find who stole the watch, which was too expensive. Now, if you don't eat, I won't go, though he is out of form. So these are all underlined words. What? The example of subordinate clause. It needs other clause to add and make a meaningful sentence. I hope again this topic is clear to you. So my dear student, it's a humble request to all. Please write it down in your notebook by giving the heading clause, right? Now let us see some more and clarify ourselves. Now, subject plus verb equals to complete thought. I eat, even though it's a combination of two words, but it's meaningful. I eat, right? One is subject, I, and eat is the verb. So again, there is a complete thought. Sarun speaks. Again, it's a complete thought. Sarun is a subject and speaks is a verb. So a clause may include the verb, predicate as well, but it must include at least the subject and verb to be considered a clause. So I hope the concept is clear. If you have any issue regarding this topic, please feel free, my dear student, to ping me up in my personal window. Till then, have a nice day, and last but not the least, please note it down in your grammar notebook so that it will be helpful for further reference. Till then, have a nice day and thank you all.